I'm glad to see you today finally.
Ma'am, ma'am, your page is too good. Your video is too good. Like me, it's too good.
Thank you so
And
much.
I taught JollyPhonics from last 8 to 9 months. Earlier, I taught traditional phonics, but JollyPhonics helped too much.
Yes, that works wonders. Yes, I also
Works wonder.
feel.
Yeah, it's work wonder.
Okay, so let's quickly move to Manisha. Are you there?
मम्मी कपड़े भी करवा देना फिर मेरा बाथरूम वाला है.
I think she has left. So we had the introduction from Ankita, Chaya, Achi, Aditi, Payal, Preet, everyone. Okay, so let's come to the purpose of this meet. So you all can put your queries now, one by one.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes, Payal.
My query is like this when we are doing the magic E or in the alternative part, there are certain sounds A dash E and AE, suppose. How do we differentiate? How do we understand? But how do I make my child understand this?
So you have to teach them split E, split. So there is a space between. Okay, between A and E, there's a space where you need to find out a consonant. Then only magic E will work. You have to teach the child that magic E will only work if you find a consonant standing after the vowel and before the magic E. Okay, you can always teach them that magic E finds the consonant and then only it does the wonders. Otherwise it don't. It doesn't. Otherwise it doesn't. Okay.
So how about ma'am EE and EA? Like P.
Yeah. So there are so many alternatives to every sound. See, short vowels are e, o, and long vowels are a, e, I, o, u. Now these long vowels, especially, they have many alternatives. But in JollyPhonics, we have restricted to just a few alternatives which are very commonly used, like which follows magic E rule, which follows Tuffy Y rule. But then when you go with Jolly Grammar, gradually you will find that there's so many alternatives. Okay. So in that case, gradually you cannot teach them all together. So when you follow Jolly Grammar books, there are pages for all the alternatives where you have all the important words which are there in their curriculum, in their books. So they come across all such words. First they come across double E words, then they come across E-E, magic E words, then they come across EA words, which is giving E sound. So this way they memorize. Now the task is how you make your class more and more fun to them, so that when they spend more time with the particular word, they absorb the lesson completely. So for that you have to have many visuals with you. So for example, if you are having the word PEA, so always ask them to draw something to color. They can draw peas and they can color, you can show the picture, so then it gets into their mind. Now the question is that if we really have to make them memorize only, then what is the use of phonics then, JollyPhonics? Because we have learned all those spellings without doing the this JollyPhonics, without learning through JollyPhonics. Then what is the use? You may question. But see, the magic is that the child, when he will read the word P, he knows that EA gives E sound. So while reading, he is not going to make any mistake. The mistake can happen only while dictation, that the child can write PEE also, PA also, PE-E also. So now imagine there's one child who is reading incorrectly. He doesn't know when PEA is there. He doesn't know what it is written. Okay. And there's one child who can read P. So there's a difference. Now, when the child can read P and you give that picture also. the image goes into his mind that, okay, whenever this picture is there, we have to use EA and not EE. This comes with practice. Okay, but definitely this child is going to show much better results than the one child who doesn't, whom we have not taught that EA can also give E sound. When he will read PEA, he will read it as P-E-A. P-E-A. Then there comes a difference between the child who is learning alternatives and the child who is not learning alternatives. So it is not going to give you 100% result, but 80% result it is giving, and 20% hard work you have to put in by doing more and more practice. Okay. And majorly what all queries I receive is for these alternatives only. But alternatives can be taught in a very, very creative manner where you make them play a lot of games. And through those games, the child is going to retain the spelling and he will be giving the correct spelling when you take the dictation.
Ma'am, child is easily write the spelling magic e ba, but it did not. When he or she read the spelling, then it may be many mistakes. Then we can read the E or I. So how can we solve the problem?
See, that's what I'm saying, that it needs a lot of practice. So before you take dictation, you have to do all the things which can be done. What all can be done? You can show videos. Always start with videos. So that is an audio visual teaching. So when you show them videos, you can ask them to draw and write also. There are so many videos available for alternatives and for magic. You just have to Google on YouTube. You just put the topic, you'll find a list of videos. You can just play any. So start from the video, then ask them to draw and color something. And then you can ask them to prepare their chits. And then they can have their small pockets ready, or they can have disposable glasses ready, and you can put the label them EA words, double E words, E-E words, and then they can put it in the particular disposable glass or pocket or whatever it is. So this putting in the pocket, taking out from the pocket, going and sticking, drawing, coloring, all these things, when the child spends more time with that particular word, then you can show them videos, and you, after doing all these of things, then when you take dictation, then you will get better results. Yes, Chaya?
In magic is the vowel U, long vowel U. Okay. There is a sound of O and U both.
Yes.
Then there is any rule for that, like rule, R-U-L-E rule, and mule. Then O sound and U sound. Then there is any rule?
No, there's no rule, but yes, magic E means changing the sound to U sound. Okay.
Yeah.
Sound is changing to U sound. But when all those words which are giving U sound will be the alternative to U sound. So you will be teaching, when you will be teaching U sound. Okay, U and U. When you are teaching U sound, then you have to teach them on the later part, you can teach them the alternatives, and then you can put that U-E can be an alternative to U sound.
O sound. Okay, fine. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Aditi.
Ma'am, how we teach TH sound? Means there are two sounds for the TH, this the and the.
Yes.
But if we show a child a word, then how he or she will recognize that they are the or the? Which sound is going to come?
Again, see, when they will read the word, for example, the word is teeth. Okay, the word is teeth. Now, what you will do, you will put the picture also. When the picture is there, that is a clue that it's not teeth, because the child knows that we call them teeth. So he will read it correctly, and for dictation there's no problem, because even if it is teeth, he knows he has to write TH, and even if it is then also he will write th only. So
With TH only dictation reading problem is there.
so
Means
initially
some
you must
children.
have seen that many books which are there in senior KG, they have pictures.
Yes, ma'am.
So that is
Okay.
again a kind of clue given to them that you have to give this sound. If it is the mouth, so the picture is there, it becomes very easy for the child to read the word mouth. And even if the child reads it mouth, then he will himself autocorrect by saying mouth because the picture is there. Understood?
Ma'am, here I'm talking about C, K, and CK. So as we know that C is always a friend of A or an or any other consonant, and it will come in the beginning of the word, right? K is a friend of and E, right? And CK comes when it always comes at the end and always after a short pause, right? So if we talk about a word hectic and attic.
So
Sorry.
these are multi-syllable words. There are more than one vowel sound. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
ick words, all the ick words you will find like panic, mimic. Okay. There are two syllable words having k sound, ick sound, then it is only C and not CK.
Okay, we were never told this. I was never told this.
Yeah, these all comes in the later stage when you start with Jolly Grammar.
Okay, Jolly Grammar when we
Yes.
start.
Because
Okay.
Jolly Grammar is not only about the grammar. It has
Grammar
half of the pages are about phonics only, spellings only, and half of the pages are based on grammar.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Aditi?
Yes, baby.
Ma'am, when we are teaching students with R control vowels, we are saying AR as A. Is it? So, means somewhere with the children's parents were also sitting. Now they having a confusion how you are saying, ma'am, like kha, ja. We are always saying khar. Means we are, they in Indian style, we are pressuring with the R sound only.
So you have to
Sister,
tell them that it is our
brother.
controlled words.
So means how?
R is not spoken, it doesn't come out, it's controlled. Okay. And
Okay.
ask them to
Means it
watch
only changes
videos.
the vowel sound.
Yeah, we all Indians need to watch a lot of videos or movies where we English videos. I mean, so we can get the habit of having that accent. So it's when it is about any language, there are four skills: listening, speaking, writing, and reading. Okay, so when you are
Yes,
teaching
ma'am.
your kids also, that's why I'm asking you to show them videos because then they will pick up that accent. Even using Jolly app, they are clicking and they're listening and then they are giving the sound. So there's a change. You'll find the change in the accent when the child use the app and then he reads.
But ma'am, if we see the Jolly app, the free one
Hmm.
only have the sounds and letter formation and the words with it. So do we have to buy the other one and
On Android phone, it's free. I'm using that.
but it only has story and letter formation and this rhymes, right?
Words,
And the words
words are
and some words are there, right?
so they have to click on the word and they have to listen and they have to read.
Okay, okay.
That is also giving very good results. Payal knows we are doing it in our class. So
Yes,
children,
ma'am.
the parent to download the app and they are clicking and they're listening, and then when they read, they pick up that accent.
Definitely.
Yeah, they do. Ma'am, when we are doing this offline,
Yes.
then we have to give them our mobile to click.
Then you can give it as a homework. You can explain. You can have an orientation program with the parent every week. You can call them once and you can guide them what they have to do at home. Because giving the mobile to one child, it will waste the time for other students.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, one more doubt.
Yes, Aditi.
And when we are saying like common, the sound of O-N,
That is
common.
schwa. That is schwa, unstressed vowel. So that also comes from grammar 4 book where you teach
Okay,
them schwa. Schwa is
okay.
unstressed vowel. So
It is different.
in any word, if there are more than one vowel sound, then any of the vowel can go unstressed. Unstressed means they will lose their original sound and they will simply go unstressed. So,
Okay.
like in the word banana, there are three A, but all the three A don't give a sound. It's b, na, no. So only the middle A is giving a sound, but the other two are going unstressed.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
we call them
Okay.
schwa. And there are so many words. There are so many words which have this schwa sound.
Schwa
So
sound.
making it easy
So,
is
Abhi,
Jolly grammar books where there are so many words given. Like when A goes unstressed, there's a list of words where A goes unstressed, where E goes unstressed, where I goes unstressed, where O. So that way the child practices so many words and the child is grown up. Grade 4 student is grown up. So you can always ask the child to Google the pronunciation and he will find that yes, it is UH, a sound, and not the vowel sound. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Any other
So,
doubt?
hi, Shweta.
Yeah.
Yeah, hi, Shweta. What about trigraphs? I'm just the basic phonetic this thing course does not cover that. So, what trigraphs would you advise to teach? Yeah, the smaller children, and what are the other combinations apart from trigraphs? The O, ow sound and
So we call that tetragraph. So trigraph is
tetragraphs. Yeah,
ear sound,
three.
ear sound, your sound, URE. Okay, EAR, ERE, AIR, ARE. These all are trigraphs. Okay.
Okay.
And then OUGH.
So you just have to introduce them with the spellings and then tell them the sound and then just go through the words, is it?
You have to take one by one, like when you are AIR giving air sound. So you have to choose all those words. So when you follow Jolly books, you will have the list of words there where there is a lot of exercise to do. They can see the picture and they have to fill. So again, that's a visual stimulation to the child, and then it becomes easy. For example, the picture of hair is there, and then it is written, so it becomes easy for the child to read rather than reading it as h, a, r. The picture is
So
there.
what age do you introduce trigraphs?
Stimulation to the child that hair, I have to read hair.
Yeah. So what age do you really start with trigraphs and all that?
See,
And tetragraphs.
we start our program of JollyPhonics 42 sounds. The child's age should be 4. Some children, they are extremely bright, so you can pick it up at 3.5 also. So then we follow. Like I have kids who are with me since last 1 year. So they are very young, like they are just 5, but they have started Jolly Grammar and they are doing very well because they have been continuously doing the Jolly Phonics. So they covered level 1, they covered level 2, they covered level 3, and now they are in Jolly Grammar. So they are doing very good. But these children are just of age 5 or even below 5. But at the same time, if I get one student right now of age 6 or 7, I can't teach this directly, trigraphs and all, because he doesn't know, he doesn't have that base.
Base. Okay. All right. Okay, thank you.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
OU is the ow sound. So how we pronounce or how we introduce the touch, spelling of touch?
Again, now many a times O goes unstressed. So in the word touch, O is silent. Sorry, not unstressed, it is silent. So we do so many things. We do 42 sounds, then we teach them alternatives, we teach them tricky words, we teach them schwa, we teach them silent words. So this comes under silent words. So there will be a worksheet where so many words where O goes silent. Whenever it is with U, it goes. So there's a list of words where O and U coming together and O gets silent. And O is giving schwa sound many a times, like in the word mother, brother.
Okay, ma'am.
This all khichdi is because of these vowel sounds, which changes. In there are so many. So initially, you can tell them that it's a tricky word, and let's put it in the because it is not following the rule. Then gradually you can teach them the alternatives. So unless you have not taught them as an alternative, you call it as a tricky word, and gradually it will fall under alternatives. So if suppose the word touch has come, but you have not reached the stage where you will be teaching that oak is silent, so that particular time you can tell them it's a tricky word, it tricks you, it has to give the sound t or ch, but we don't say t or ch. Do we say t or ch, or we say touch? We say touch. It is tricking you, it's a tricky word, let's put it inside the jail. So the you can have a sort of something, and you can ask the child to write it on the chit and go and keep it there, and let's punish the word because it is tricking you. So he's inside. So now the child remembers touch word I have kept in the jail because he's tricking me. So he remembers the spelling TOUCH. It is not touch, but it's touch. Ma'am told that it's not touch, but it's touch. So when he recalls touch, then when writing, he will write or a ch. Or a ch. So spelling will be correct, but he will not speak t or h, but he will just speak touch.
So, ma'am, how about rough, tough, all these?
OUGH. Now, OUGH has many sounds. OUGH is a tetragraph. So when we come to tetragraph, OUGH, then we have the list of words that where it gives O sound also, it gives UF sound also, it gives OW sound also. Okay, so OUGH gives many. I have one video on my YouTube channel.
Yes, ma'am, and that is very nice one. It helps us a lot.
Okay, so now we are short
That
of
video.
So we have just 4 minutes left. So quickly give me any doubt you have. And we will be meeting next Saturday, or we'll just figure it out because this time we have kept in the morning. Maybe next time we'll keep it in evening so that more people can join this. So how did you like this idea of having this Zoom meet, and what do you feel about it? Because this I have kept in mind that it's going to help many people. That's the main motive.
It's a good idea, definitely a very good idea, and solving our problems. Ma'am,
have you all visited my page, Creator Minds Academy, and my channel?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
More of questions so that I can solve them. So that because when one person puts the question, it gives answers to so many. So more queries I'll get, I'll be able to solve them. And the only motive I have in my mind is to help maximum people.
That's what I appreciate because, that when I had this alternative problem, I was really, tensed what should do. But I, spoke to somebody and she told me that, for a Zoom meeting, I'm going to charge this much. And I used to imagine that I even gave charges for my JollyPhonics, then I have to give the charge for my Zoom meeting. But I really appreciate the way you are helping us now.
Because
I
believe that whenever I share my knowledge, there's always something which I also receive at the same time. So it's always a win-win situation. It's never that I'm getting something for free. I am always receiving, whether it is knowledge, whether it is blessings, whether it's love. And we can grow together. It is nothing like if I grow, you will not grow. It's nothing like we all can grow together.
Thank you, ma'am, for this session, and these all things help us a lot, ma'am.
Yeah, keep your questions ready for the next session. And
definitely, ma'am.
Also, if you know any answer, if somebody has put some query and you know that answer, always be generous. Always be.
I think the group which we have made, I think the best way we can learn is that who all the participants are. Now, if they're making some activity for the kids, they can share it on that group also so that other members can also learn.
Yes, Payal is very good
Yes,
at
ma'am.
art and craft. She is making a lot of things. So Payal, share your ideas. And as I said, that it's
Please, Payal ma'am, that would be, great if you can share and, impart us some knowledge. Thank you so much, ma'am.
and you all can do the same because
Yes, ma'am.
teachers are always creative and they have a lot of ideas. You know?
Right.
So that's
Thank
Ma'am,
you.
one thing I wanted to say, like, some certain topics, like if everybody is finding it difficult, for example, alternatives, you can take a session for all of us. That
Yeah.
can also be done,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Right, ma'am.
Alternatives
Yes.
and words, because the basic sound is very simple and the child has already by hearted, because it is like रात में नींद में भी उठा के बच्चे को पूछोगे ना बेसिक साउंड में he will never have any problem. Because
I mean, even short and long vowels,
yes,
very nicely they learn.
yes, because we have a particular plan like story, rhyme, action. The lesson plan is so perfectly designed. It's multi-sensory that the child, there's no way that the child will ever forget that.
Yes, ma'am.
So I wish to have more people joining in our Zoom meet in the next weekend, and you all can keep your questions ready, and you please share this WhatsApp group to other people so that they can also join.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Yes, we'll do that.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Yeah,
Thank you, ma'am.
and enjoy your
Bye,
week.
everyone.
Yeah, it was
Thank you, ma'am.
You too. Have a nice weekend. Thank you.
Bye.
good to have so many friends, and this is a lifetime bond we are going to share with each other.